Days for Christmas shopping, 24 days to fill the stocking, 24 days for Christmas shopping, only got 24 more.
Hi there, Christmas is coming. Have you done your shopping? Only 24 days left.
Shopgear.com.
The following is a presentation of the Gear Radio Network.
From Wherever We Decide Studios, broadcasted live on iTunes, Spreaker, and worldwide, this is the Turnbuckle Talk Radio Podcast with your hosts, the Crimson Cyclone himself, Cyclone Jones, and of course, the producer, Pat G. The G stands for gangsta. And now kick back and get ready for the eargasms.
Ladies and gentlemen, you know me, I know you, we know each other. Cyclone Jones in the building! Along with Pat G. Pat G, the G stands for gangster. Pat G, tell him what it is. Wait a minute, don't tell him just yet. We've been gone for at least 2 months. We are now back. Turnbuckle Talk Radio Podcast. You know what it is. Eargasms, tell him what it is.
It is the Black Friday edition of the TTRP, episode number 58, after a 2-month hiatus. And of course, this is brought to you by Gear Network and of course, GearShop.com.
Where you should be shopping right now, because it is Black Friday. Tomorrow is Small Business Saturday. Sunday is...
Sunday? I don't think Sunday has one.
I know Sunday is something. I just can't remember what it is. I just heard it like last week.
Oh, okay.
Because it was something new to me.
Okay.
And then Monday is Cyber Monday. You should be using the Amazon link. Everything you use on the Amazon link through the Turnbuckle Talk Radio Podcast, through the Gear Network, gives us a little kickback so we don't have to take a 2-month hiatus off.
No. Well, there was a reason why we took a 2-month hiatus.
Because you weren't using our link. That's why. Damn it, I'm calling it out there. I'm calling a spade a spade.
Really? I wasn't using the link?
Not you.
Oh, the people.
Stop taking it so offensive, Pat G. My goodness gracious.
Like you said, it's 2 months. We're off. We're off. We gotta get the mojo back.
How was your Thanksgiving?
It was good.
Yeah?
It was good.
That's good.
I made turkey and stuffing and potatoes.
Ooh.
I have banana cream pie.
Ooh.
Well, at least half of it still in the fridge.
Pat G, the young chef. All right, Pat G. I fried 2 turkeys.
Did you fry them or deep fry them?
Deep fried them.
Oh, so you got the big giant
It's actually in my kitchen right now. I'll show it to you after the podcast. It's still there. I got to clean it out and get it ready for Christmas frying.
I've never had a deep fried turkey.
No? It's amazing. It's amazing.
I need to try these things.
When actually after I leave here, I'll probably go buy like 3 turkeys because of course they're on sale right now.
Of course,
until Christmas time.
Yeah.
So I'll go buy a turkey or 2,
and then deep fry it, and
then I got you.
Okay. This sounds like a plan.
Yeah, deep fried turkey is amazing. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, I had a nice Thanksgiving. It was very, very good to be around family and friends. Played a little NBA 2K19. I might go to the store today to pick up FIFA 19, which is on sale at Target right now, or you can buy it online through the Amazon. What's the link?
GearShop.com.
GearShop.com. But ladies and gentlemen, we didn't come here to talk about Thanksgiving and food and shopping. A little bit of shopping because of Amazon.
Yes.
But we came here to talk about professional wrestling. And we have been gone for 2 months, so we do apologize about that. Real life happens. That's what we always say. Real life happens, and it did happen. But today we're here to talk about and recap everything. So much has happened in the world of wrestling.
In the last 2 months.
In the last 2 months, whether it be televised professional wrestling or the independent scene professional wrestling. We got a lot to talk about.
Yes.
Pat G, let's start it off.
Well, one of the big events that we missed, that we didn't get a chance to talk about, that we talked about leading into it, was WWE Evolution.
Yes.
The all-women's pay-per-view.
Yes.
And a lot of people had a lot of thoughts about this pay-per-view and everything. And the show overall, fantastic.
Yes. Let me just pause you there really quickly. It clicked with me like after like right probably 2 days before Evolution happened, why Evolution happened. You know, it clicked with me.
Why,
do you know why Evolution really happened?
Why did Evolution?
It wasn't
really
because
happen?
it wasn't because of the women's revolution. You do know that,
not
right?
at all.
You do know that, right?
I do know that.
It was because they can't bring women over to Ground Jewel in Saudi Arabia. There was no women's matches.
No.
And that's why.
They got the one exception, which we'll talk about.
Yeah.
But, yes, the reason WWE Evolution happened is because of the deal with Saudi Arabia and over the next 10 years getting like $450 million or something like that. That's been the reported numbers. But the also interesting thing with Evolution is the actual WWE production team did not run the show because the show was added so late in the year, and Monday Night Raw and SmackDown had shows in North Carolina. So the WWE production team felt like there was not enough time to do the full setup for Evolution, tear it down, and get it to North Carolina.
Right.
When generally they show up on the Sunday before Monday to start setting up.
Right.
So that was the main reason why Evolution had that house show feel.
They had the independent wrestling feel.
Yeah,
because they had guardrails.
So the NXT production team was ran the Evolution event. Hence why you had the guardrails and you had the independent house show feeling.
Yes.
But I will say this. Big ups to the crowd because they were in it from the get-go.
Oh, yeah.
And all the women on the show, super talented. Matches were fantastic.
Of course.
But if you look at pay-per-views now and you look at that, I love that feel more.
Do you?
I do. Like, because I understand, like, the hard, you have the hard cam, you have the crowd and everything, all lights so you can see everything. But I feel like in that kind of setting, and one of the companies we'll talk about, ESW, Empire State Wrestling, does it.
Yeah.
You get more focus on what's actually happening in the ring than what's going on in the crowd.
Yeah.
And one of the things, and part of the reason for this is you don't get attention drawn to the crowd as much. You're drawing your attention to the ring. So stuff that's happening in a crowd where, like, when something's going on, like somebody invading,
Hey! You're way too far ahead.
Or getting into a fight and the crowd's getting all thing when there's action in the ring. You don't see that in that kind of setting.
Yeah. Right. I mean, and you don't. You don't. It's the more the focus is on the actual wrestling aspect itself.
Yes.
On the entertaining wrestling aspect. That's why in an independent scene you can do plants in the crowd. People don't know that unless they know who the plant is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have no idea.
Yeah, you won't have the idea because you're focused on the wrestling in the ring.
Moving on from Evolution.
Yes.
A few days later.
Which Evolution was awesome.
Evolution was awesome.
Really quickly, before we move on to the next show, what was your best match?
Becky and Charlotte.
Becky and Charlotte automatically.
Yeah. I understand the reasoning as to why Ronda and Nikki...
No. We're not even going to talk about that. No, I didn't ask you that. But I did not ask you that. We're not even going to talk about that because it shouldn't have been main event.
It shouldn't have been.
It was horrible.
I understand the reason for it.
No. Also, really quickly, just really 1-2 sentences. The Battle Royal was such a waste of time.
Yeah, it was.
Battle Royal was such a waste of time because you had all that talent in that ring and you didn't do anything with them.
Yep.
But you gave it to Nikki and Brie.
Yep.
Which was horrible.
Yep.
And then you made the Lita and Trish match. Ugh, it was horrible. Okay, that's enough. I'm done.
Yeah, that match was bad, but it was bad for other reasons. But moving on, WWE, for the reason that they put on Evolution, went back to Riyadh, Saudi Arabia for WWE Crown Jewel. And a lot of people were going, we're not going to watch it. Da-da-da-da-da. Listen, it's on the WWE Network. They already have your money.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Listen, I mean, I still watched almost some of it before
I watched all of it. I did. I watched all of it, and unfortunately, it felt just like a Monday Night Raw. It just felt like a regular pay-per-view. Mm-hmm. And Shawn Michaels, I understand the reason why Shawn Michaels came back.
Because of money.
Money. But Shawn, no.
No?
No.
I don't like how he cut his hair off. I don't like
it. Didn't bother me. I was like, dude's been retired 8 years.
Nope.
He's been a rancher, whatever.
Nope. You're known for your long hair, dude. You're Shawn Michaels.
Yeah. But I understand, like...
Long hair, don't care.
Shawn Michaels bald felt weird.
Yeah.
It was essentially the WWE version of skins versus shirts. That's
pretty
essentially
much, right?
what it was.
Pretty much, right?
Because
Kane's wig has hair.
Yeah. Kane and Undertaker had the long hair. Triple H and Shawn Michaels had the beard with baldness.
Yeah.
I was like, it's their version of shirts for skins. But I have to give it up for Triple H. Man tore his pectoral muscle
in the beginning of the match.
And still went through everything.
That's Triple H, though. He's done it before. You know?
It is.
He's done it before. He was the youngest person in the match.
He was.
Which is crazy. And that's the problem. You don't wrestle with old people. And here we go. They're going to be like, oh, but Cyclone, you're old. Your mama.
Cyclone is a generous 30 years old, people. But
so yeah, Grand Jewel,
Crown Jewel,
Grand Crown.
There was a lot of feedback before the show, and everything because of the happenings in the real life world of the reporter from the Washington Post and all that, which now has come out that the king or prince or Saudi Arabia or whatever actually was involved and ordered the hit.
Yep.
So.
And President Trump's not going to do anything?
No, not at all.
Fucking punk. And I hope you hear this too, Trump, you shithead. Anyway.
And the thing is people are... If the WWE goes back, people are going to be like, money!
It's all about the money. You know, it is. It's all about the money.
They're like, oh, Vince McMahon, do you want to come to our country? And be like, $450 million.
Yeah.
Listen... If I'm running a business and a country offers me $450 million over 10 years, that's $45 million a year.
Yep.
Cool. I'll take it. I can use that money to go sign talent.
Yep. I don't care.
Nice little segue there. There's a group of talent that is going to be coming into the WWE that's been reported. Mm-hmm. Shane Strickland.
Ooh.
ACH. And I believe there were 2 other names. Kind of that top class of independent talent right now.
Right.
And everything. Honestly, it's like WWE's like getting to the point where they're getting talent off the independents, but they're not doing it in bunches. They're doing it in a spaced out period.
Right, because they already know that if they did it in a bunch type of situation, one, they're going to flood WWE with so much talent that it's going to get wasted. 2, if they do flood the WWE with the indies, you're going to have people that aren't going to cut it, aren't going to make it, aren't going to want that business. Because remember, you have to understand, a lot of people don't understand that. Everybody's dream is to make it to the WWE. However, the WWE is still a business. So if you get to that job that you want and you find out that you don't really want that job because of the political aspect of the job, then it may not be for you. Just because it's wrestling, oh my God, I love to wrestle. A lot of these guys also have to do other things. Well, not just wrestle.
Well, case in point, look at Drake Younger. Mm-hmm. He was one of the top independent talents over the last 10 years. And everybody knew him for his wrestling. And he's essentially one of their top referees in NXT.
Exactly.
He's the head referee in NXT, I believe.
You know, that's how Hornet is too. Hornet was a top wrestler in Canada, and came to ESW several times.
Yeah,
you know, he's critiqued one or 2 of my matches before, but as soon as he got signed to NXT, he became a referee. Yep, and now he's one of the head not one of the head, but he's one of the top referees in NXT right now.
That's the thing. Like, you may get to WWE, but the WWE may see you and go,
but that's
we
not
see
even,
you for something else.
Right, but that's not even my point I was making. I'm making the point of you get to WWE, and it may not be the glitz and glam of what you expected. Just because it is wrestling doesn't mean that the job that you have as a pro wrestler you may not like. Because you don't have that freedom of an independent wrestler anymore. No. Because it's still a job. Like, you get to a company, Independent Health, and you get there, oh my gosh, I'm a sales clerk.
Yeah.
I'm selling information because I can sell, ice cubes to a
penguin?
To a penguin, exactly. Something like that. But once you get there, there's still not political aspect, but there's still employment aspects that come with that position.
Yes.
There's more to do it than just selling. And that's part of the issue. When you get there, you may not want that. So, with that being said, back to the Triple H getting all the indies, getting all the independent scenes. It's a good thing that he's doing it in bunches because you don't want to flood WWE with all this talent.
And also, they're starting to slowly give the talent that are not being too much used or being underused the chance to go out and work shows because of WWE's relationship with Evolve Wrestling. Mm-hmm. 3 members of the WWE NXT roster are now the Evolve Heavyweight and Tag Team Champions.
Ooh.
The Street Profits and I can't pronounce his name, but like Fribio, I
don't know,
something. Like I know the Street Profits won the tag matches.
Okay,
and like one of the other NXT prospects is like now the Evolve Heavyweight Champion.
Right. Okay. Well, that's cool. That's cool. I mean,
so WWE's like, and they've even like loaned Cassius Ohno to the Evolve and everything because he's wrestled for them before.
Right. Okay.
But that's going to do it for segment number 1.
Oh, wow.
We're going to take a break.
Oh, wow.
Because
we're taking breaks.
Yeah, we're going to actually take a break. We're going to try to keep these segments.
Oh, it's a lot of information. I mean, I don't know how we can cram it into sections, but we're going to try. Ladies and gentlemen, you stay tuned because Turnbuckle Talk Radio is coming back right after. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cyclone Jones, and I am with Pat G. The G stands for gangster. And remember, the TTRP is sponsored by the Gear Network store through Amazon. If you visit shopgear.com, it's a little bit different. That's shop, GERE.com, and click on any of the banners. It will take you right to your account, and you can do all your Amazon shopping there.
When you shop Amazon and Amazon Prime, but Amazon kicks back a small percentage of your purchases back to us here at the Gear Network so we can continue to bring you the great program that you've come to know and love, like the TTRP, Turnbuckle Talk Radio podcast, Better Live Than Dead, the FTW podcast, the JC Money Show, and Trust the Podcast from the Gear Network. So that's shopgear.com, shopgere.com for all your Amazon and Amazon Prime purchases from us here at the Gear Network.
Welcome back, Turnbuckle Talk Radio podcast. We are now going into segment 2, which we don't really have to tell you we're going into segment 2.
Not really, but...
No, but I mean, you make it known.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, wow, I like how you flipped that around to me and I just said you, and you're like, yeah, you do. No, I don't. You do.
Oh. Well, it is segment 2, and this segment is brought to you by, of course, gearshop.com. Because it's the Amazon link. It's the holiday season.
Yep.
You need to buy all your presents for your kids and loved ones.
Yep.
And what's the better way to do it? Instead of going to the stores and dealing with all the crazy people, buying everything online.
Actually, online shopping has grown to exponential levels because of Cyber Monday and things like that. People don't go out and shop anymore.
They don't.
Because they can get stuff delivered at their home. Yep. So what better way to shop?
Especially with Amazon Prime, where you get 2 or 3 day shipping.
Yeah. In all seriousness, that's not even a hit to, promote the link, but it's true. People don't shop anymore. My girl, she jumps online consistently. She's buying stuff all the doggone time online.
I know there's the traditionalists that still go out because them deals and everything.
Yeah.
But you've seen the crowds die more and more.
Yes.
You don't see the wild news stories of people getting trampled anymore.
Not anymore. No. I mean, there's always situations where it's in store.
You get 1 or 2 here or there, but
right. I mean, and there's always that in store special where you have to go in store. But other than that, there's nothing else that you can't get online with stores now.
No, not at all.
But anyway, back to pro wrestling.
Yes, we're going to catch up again with NXT and Survivor Series from last weekend.
Mm-hmm.
As NXT had their takeover event. War Games, which I love because I'm a WCW mark.
Yeah.
So I love War Games. And Matt Riddle, who been recently signed to WWE NXT, came out.
Riddle.
Cut a nice little promo.
He did. I was very surprised with Riddle cutting the promo.
Cut a nice little promo. And then Cassius Ohno came out. And these two men have had battles on the independent scene.
Mm-hmm.
Very good matches. And they kind of go into a, so to speak, called quick thing. And Riddle comes out of the corner, hits a jumping knee.
Which was on point perfect.
Yes, which was just a flush. Ono goes down, 1, 2, 3. 5 seconds, done. Nice little jump for the crowd to get into it.
I didn't like how Riddle stayed in the ring, though. Even though Cassius still played up the part of him being knocked out, I didn't like how Riddle stayed in the ring.
Yeah, that could have.
I think he could have came up, jumped on the top rope, happy, jumped on the top rope, happy, and then get out, celebrate outside with the fans.
Yeah,
I think that's what he should have done. I don't think he should have stayed in the ring because it just didn't look right to me. Even though, and like I said, Ono did save it by still playing the knocked out role.
Yeah, by staying in the ring.
Yeah.
Well, up next was your NXT Women's title match. Best 2 out of 3 falls. The champion Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane. Baszler regaining the title at WWE Evolution. Mm-hmm. Thanks to the involvement of her fellow horsewomen. Getting involved.
Yep.
These two are 2-2 against each other.
Mm-hmm.
Because, as you love rubber matches.
Do I?
You do. You love that rubber that rubber match.
I love using a rubber.
Well, we know that, but you've mentioned many times on this podcast that you love when there's that 1-1 tie. There's always the
tiebreaker. Yeah,
tiebreaker match.
Okay, yeah. Okay,
this was it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, quick fall for Baszler in the beginning, just because Kairi Sane came out House of Fire. But then Chauffeur and Duke posted her, throws her in a ring, and leads to the choke out. Following up, Sane gets the fall back, and then just hits and it looks like Kairi Sane's gonna win the match.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, Jessamine Duke and Marina Chauffeur get involved again. This brings Dakota Kai out. This brings, of course, Dakota Kai and Io Shirai, who was the runner-up for the Mae Young Classic.
Mm-hmm.
Shirai comes out, hits a giant moonsault, takes out everybody. Of course, chaosing outside of the ring, inside the ring. Sane's going up for the insane elbow again, hits it, But Baszler, with that
roll through
background, cradles it and rolls through and gets the 1-2-3 to retain the title.
Awesome match.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. Up next, Johnny Gargano taking on Aleister Black as Gargano continues diving into the depths of the darkness that is Tommaso Ciampa.
The dark side. They have cookies, you know.
They do have cookies.
Yeah. Join the dark side. They have cookies.
And this match was back and forth, a very strong hitting match.
Mm-hmm.
Like, strikes were just there. And it got to a point where Aleister Black not only hit the Black Mass once, he hit the Black Mass twice to put Gargano down.
Mm-hmm.
And Gargano is such a good performer that he does little things as a heel, possibly even better than he does it as a face.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not sure where they're going to go with this, because I feel like Gargano is like continuing this venture into the dark side because of his failures against Ciampa, now against Aleister Black. But it's going to be interesting to see where they go with his descent into this darkness of him.
Yeah. I mean, I believe that it's going to be an awesome heel turn. I mean, he is a face, but it's going to be an awesome heel turn.
Because he's essentially been obsessing over Tommaso Ciampa for like months.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of Tommaso Ciampa, he is the NXT champion. Still. And he defended his title against the Velveteen Dream.
Which was an amazing match.
It was. And Velveteen Dream comes out with the throwback and, so to speak, honoring of the Hollywood Hogan entrance. Maybe not the music per se, but like he had the look, the tights.
Mm-hmm.
I love the fact that he had the NWO type shirt, but it's with the OVA.
Yeah,
that was great.
It was awesome. Like his gimmick has just skyrocketed.
Yes,
you know, and he's taken this because I'm pretty sure, like, you know, when he was given the gimmick, he probably was like, "Nah, man, like this ain't gonna work. I don't want to do this." You know, but he's made it into his own.
He has,
and it's amazing. You know,
I did like there was the one NXT where he had the tights like Rick Rude. Mm-hmm. He had the spray, the painted on face and everything.
Yeah,
and
I think he got in trouble for that.
I think he might have.
Did he get in trouble for that?
Possibly, I'm not sure. Now, while Dream has gotten better and is really good, they're really good in the ring. It's been built up that there's like really no drama in him winning like matches, and for the match to quote unquote succeed. Like, he can go in. Like, people are starting to get to a point where, like, they're not expecting him to win because there's no drama in it. Mm-hmm. But I think there is, because he keeps going out there and performing and putting on these matches, match after match, doing everything. But he gets oh so close.
Yep.
But can't finish the job. And maybe it's going to lead, quote unquote, like how Gargano is obsessing over Ciampa and Gargano slowly turning. Mm-hmm. Maybe it's going to lead to where Velveteen Dream becomes less about like paying homages to the legends and becomes more serious. Mm-hmm. Like, keeps to himself, but he gets the quote unquote serious mean streak about him.
Yeah,
because he's tired of going out there and being oh so close and never getting that win.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Then up next was the main event of the show, the War Games, featuring the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, Bobby Fish, Roderick Strong, and Kyle O'Reilly, taking on the War Raiders, Pete Dunne, and Ricochet.
Adam Cole, baby.
Adam Cole and Ricochet starting the match.
Mm-hmm.
And that the Undisputed Era had the man advantage.
The man advantage.
So, then Ricochet and Cole started, which led to O'Reilly coming out next. And then, of course, one of the War Raiders came out.
Yep.
Followed by Roderick Strong. The other War Raider came out. And then when Bobby Fish finally got released, he went over to the other cage with his lock.
He's a jerk.
And locked both locks on the cage.
He's a jerk.
To keep Pete Dunne inside the cage.
Jerk.
But eventually they find the also valuable bolt cutters and cut the lock, which allow Pete Dunne to get in the match.
Mm-hmm.
And just chaos ensues.
Yes.
Because War Games. The only complaint that I would have with this match...
Yes, is what?
Is it went slightly too long.
Yes.
I felt like they could have shortened it down.
Yes.
This match went just over 47 minutes.
Yes, I felt that same way as well.
I just felt at times like if they could have shaved maybe about 10 minutes off this match, I think it would have made the match a lot tighter.
Yeah.
Because everybody was giving their all, but I felt like they were trying too hard to make it epic.
I just think it was just too much. Like, I mean, they already got their point across.
Yes.
You know, you already did the 2 rings. Like, you get your spots in and be done. You know, I mean, after a while, it was just like, I think they got to the final battle of them facing off way too late.
Well, I will say this. I think with the Undisputed Era, like, what hurt them kind of, like, storyline-wise, is Bobby Fish being hurt.
Yeah.
Bobby Fish being out with the knee injury for so long.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's...
I mean, I don't think that was it. Me personally, I don't think that was an issue. Because they still held, you know, the Undisputed Era as
they were still a faction
team.
Yeah.
You know, in faction, but I just think the match itself prolonged way too long.
Yeah, that's true. Well, moving into WWE Survivor Series, the one time a year where Raw takes on SmackDown.
Yeah, but anyway.
I miss bragging rights. The pre-show saw the Tag Team Survivor Series elimination match. Chad Gable, Bobby Roode, The Ascension, Lucha House Party, The Revival, and the B Team taking on the Usos, New Day, Cologne, Sanity, and the Good Brothers. Alexander Wolf, Grand Metalik, and Kofi are on the outside. Metalik ends up in the match because it's Kalisto tweaked his knee early in the match. And I guess Lucha House Party rules means you can replace your partner. This match was just all over the place.
Of course it was. It was a 10-man tag team match.
It was super sloppy in the end, but turned into a good match. Mainly thanks to the ending, especially the Usos versus the Revival, which is kind of a dream match, so to speak. Mm-hmm. And the Revival going out of their comfort zone, doing dives and coming off top ropes.
Listen, I mean, they can do it. They just don't do it as per their gimmick. Because, they're ass kickers. They're not going to do the flippity-doo-dah stuff.
But they did some flippity-doo-dah stuff, you know? and it came off really good.
Yeah.
Also, during the pre-show match, Alexa Bliss kicked Natalya and Ruby Riott off the Raw Women's Survivor team.
They kept fighting.
Because they kept fighting. So, whatever. Leading off Survivor Series, now, quote, SmackDown at this point has 1 win. We'll get into this. They have a 1-0 victory. The Women's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw, Bayley, Mickie James, Nia Jax, Tamina, and Sasha Banks taking on Team SmackDown of Naomi, Sonya Deville, Asuka, Carmella, and Mandy Rose.
Yep. Well, can we just skip over this?
We can.
I mean, we will talk about it briefly, but it wasn't a good match.
Nia Jax winning makes sense because of her challenging Ronda Rousey.
Right.
And
it also makes sense.
And also the recent situation with Becky Lynch.
With her injuring Becky Lynch on purpose.
On purpose.
Because she's jealous.
With her fist.
Yep.
But also, Corey Graves, I understand you're dating Mandy Rose. I know you guys are in a relationship. Mm-hmm. But, dude, you need to be more aware of your commentary.
What did he say? Didn't he say something? I think he said something inappropriate. I remember because there was like a pause there, right?
He said something inappropriate, but also it was him. Like, he focused on no one else but Mandy Rose. Like Mandy Rose was the greatest thing since sliced bread. You, as a WWE commentator, need to stay unbiased. Especially in your role, because it was himself, Renee Young, and Michael Cole. Michael Cole is the voice. He's the play-by-play. Mm-hmm. Of course, Renee Young's doing commentary because it's the women.
Right.
But Corey Graves is that quote-unquote heel color commentary.
He's heel color commentary, and she is face color commentary.
Yes. So, but the fact that he... Like, majority of the match, it was all about Mandy Rose.
I mean, in his defense, she is hot.
She is. I'm not saying that. But
I mean,
you as a commentator need to stay unbiased.
I mean, in his defense, his girlfriend is pretty fine.
It is. She is. I'm not gonna lie.
I mean, if my woman was out there, I'd be like, yo, she's the best thing. She should be WWE Universal Champion. The damn girl looks so damn good. Look at that arm drag. Look at that punch. I taught her that cyclone punch right there. You see that punch right there, Pat G? She knocked that damn girl out. Right in her damn face. Concussion and broken nose. WWE Universal Champion. Damn right I'm going to boost my girl up. So, yeah. I mean, I can understand this point.
All right. Nia Jax and Tamina do not need to be near the top of the card at all in any way, shape, or form.
I don't think Tamina should. I mean, in all honesty.
Neither should Nia Jax.
Like, I liked Tamina when she first debuted and she was there and...
Yeah.
You know, but then she had the injury and... she put some weight on, you know, and I'm not body shaming anybody. Everybody puts weight on, you know, when you get injured. Everybody puts weight on, but she just can't do what she used to do anymore.
Well... Up next was the GM and commissioners arguing over brand supremacy. They claim Raw is up 1-0, ignoring the kickoff match. Why? Because Vince McMahon goes...
I mean, well, we don't need to talk about the promos in between. Let's get to the matches.
Up next, match of the night, in my opinion. Match of the night, in my opinion. Shinsuke Nakamura...
Oh, I'm sorry.
God,
oh my gosh, did I blow that spot right there?
Oh
wow. Okay, let's do it again. Go ahead, do it again.
Shinsuke Nakamura, the United States champion, taking on Seth Rollins, the IC champion. Mm-hmm. And this match just... I was surprised that we didn't get any Dean Ambrose involvement, but there was a memo put out before Survivor Series that Survivor Series is outside of current storylines.
Right, yes.
So, any current storylines do not matter.
Right, because it's one
Raw
company
versus SmackDown.
Yeah, exactly. So storylines wouldn't matter unless there was a kibosh where, you know, Tamina made somebody lose... Or, you know,
unless something happened.
Yeah, unless there was a storyline in between them and then they made him lose and they walked out on him, then But no, there was no storyline.
It was a straight-up match. It was very good. It felt like Nakamura actually felt motivated, so to speak.
Well, you know he isn't too happy right now.
Oh, yeah, he's not very happy at all. And also, the... Nakamura, like, designed this whole nice blue getup. Obviously, he's like, hey, I'm on SmackDown wearing blue. Mm-hmm. I could just imagine one of the producers or agents going, hey, Shinsuke, throw on this t-shirt. Because everybody's got to wear t-shirts. Mm-hmm. Which looks stupid.
Yep.
And then Seth Rollins must be the exception because he comes out with a split t-shirt on.
Yeah, well, it's Rollins. Yeah. Rollins is the face that runs the place right now.
On Raw, it is.
Well, I mean, if he went to SmackDown, he would be.
Yeah.
Like, Rollins is the freaking man.
He's
regardless
the guy.
if you want to force feed Roman, regardless if AJ extends his contract out,
or what happens with Daniel Bryan. Rollins is the guy.
Rollins is the freaking man right now.
He is.
Period.
He is.
So.
Well, Seth Rollins picks up the victory after kicking out of the Kinshasa, and he hit a pair of super kicks, and then the blackout. And I'd like to say R-Truth is a present to all.
R-Truth is awesome.
He's just amazing.
Are you talking about the promo now?
Just him coming through the entire night.
Yeah.
Also, up next was the Authors of Pain versus The Bar.
This right here was match of the night, dude. This match was amazing. This was one of the best tag team matches I've ever seen in such a long time. It was the epitome of tag team wrestling in my day and age.
Why do I feel like there's so much sarcasm into this
it's
statement?
dripping.
It's just leaking. Like Niagara Falls, of sarcasm.
No, it's dripping.
Well,
I mean, it was a decent match.
It was. It was a massive disappointment because I was hoping for that big, hoss fight.
I thought it would be that.
And instead it was the Lazy House Show tag team match with Drake Maverick running around, running in the Big Show, and peeing his pants.
Yeah.
So, and then AOP getting the distracted win.
Yep.
But that wasn't the best part of this match.
What was?
The crowd at some point just was taking their eyes off of everything because one, Eric Arndt, formerly known as Enzo Amore.
Oh my gosh, Enzo
was sitting ringside.
Yeah.
2 rows, maybe 3 rows, in a hoodie and a wig.
Yep.
And then somebody, people around him were like,
yep.
Wait, is that?
As he stood up on his chair.
And then once it got known, once it got blown up by the internet, Fightful, a couple other places, blowing up the Twitter feed, WWE gets wind of this, and Enzo sees the security coming for him, so he knows he's got to do something, so he gets up and starts doing his spiel.
Yep.
And the same security lady that tackled someone else tackled Enzo.
Yep.
And the security lady got a pop.
It was from the video, it really wasn't a tackle though.
It was more like
he
a
jumped
grab.
up. She grabbed him. He tried to jump off and get away from her.
Yeah.
and they both fell.
Yeah.
It wasn't really a tackle. I mean, they're giving her a tackle. Like in football, it'd be a half a tackle.
Yeah.
It really wasn't a tackle though.
People were saying she tackled him.
Yeah.
I was like,
he stood up.
Like she came in and finished it.
Yeah. So he came up on top of his chair, standing on top of the chair, which he didn't get to take home either because he paid for that chair. Did his whole spiel. Bada boom, realest guy in the room. How you doing?
Yep. And then, on top of it, the next night for Monday Night Raw, they had pictures of him at the gates, being aware.
Yeah.
Of it.
But the thing is that Vince has made it known that none of the roster acknowledge he was there.
Yep.
Period.
He's
you're not getting your 15 minutes of fame on me.
Nope.
And that's exactly what Vince said. Not going to happen.
Yeah. Up next was Match of the Night 1A.
1A? You can't have Match of the Night 1A. If it's Match of the Night, you can say Matches of the Night.
It was one of the matches of the night.
Thank you. Okay.
The 205 Live Cruiserweight Championship match. The champion Buddy Murphy taking on Mustafa Ali. And Mustafa Ali and his "I'm going to commit suicide on spots." That man is crazy. They started when the match started. The crowd was dead. They worked their asses off to get the crowd back into it.
Yes. Well, because right before that was the Enzo stuff
and the tag team match.
Yeah, and the tag match.
Yeah. So they worked their butts off to get the crowd back. Mustafa Ali's tremendous babyface, and Buddy Murphy honestly is being a massive success story this year in 2018. Up next Of course, Buddy Murphy retained the Cruiserweight Championship. Up next was the Men's Survivor Series elimination match. Team Raw of Braun Strowman, Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Finn Balor, and Lashley taking on Team SmackDown. Shane McMahon, Jeff Hardy, The Miz, Samoa Joe, and Rey Mysterio. My answer to this is I understand Randy Orton's got a reduced schedule, but why isn't Randy Orton on his damn team? If you go back and see the Survivor Series team of 2017 versus Survivor Series of 2018 for SmackDown, you're like,
what the hell?
Were the writers drunk? Like, who books? Like, honestly, who books this shit?
Listen, man. So I don't know why. Like, I'm so upset that Shane O'Mac is on the team. Like,
because he's got to do his coast to coast and his elbow through the table. He's got a GYSI.
GYSI, baby. GYSI.
Anytime, listen. Shane McMahon, since he has come back, anytime he is involved in a match, Shane McMahon is GYSI.
I can't. I just can't. But anyway, let's talk about the match.
Plus, someone needs to teach him how to punch.
Yeah. He used to
know how to punch.
He used to know how to punch. He was really good at his punches. His punches looked really good before he left.
It was a painful match to watch with too much Shane McMahon vanity booking and whatnot.
Yeah. I'm not a fan, unfortunately, of Jeff Hardy anymore. I'm not. I think his ship has finally come.
I think he needs to change something up.
Change what up? He's the same wrestler.
He's the same wrestler. I think
he hasn't added anything to his repertoire.
I think he just needs to give it up.
Yeah, he hasn't added anything new to his repertoire. You know, and now that his brother leaves, now when you get ready to do what you want to do, now you want to start doing delete.
Yeah.
No, dude, like you're adding. You're not Brother Nero right now.
No, you're not.
Like if you were Brother Nero, I'd understand the delete.
He's trying to build. He's trying to whatnot. Shane unfortunately got as I said, got all of his shit in, and looked better than anyone else. And it's just Team Raw picks up the victory. After the match, Corbin attacks Braun, runs away. Of course, whatever.
Yep. Continuing that storyline.
Continuing that.
See? So there was a storyline.
As
long as it was within rights of doing so.
Yes. Up next was Ronda Rousey taking on Charlotte. This originally was supposed to be Ronda Rousey, the Raw champion, versus Becky Lynch, the SmackDown champion. But someone punched Becky in the face and busted her face up, blood, and which was an awesome gift, by the way. Like, just that gift, like, whoever created that, it was just great. When her in the crowd, and she's just, like, got that look.
Oh, yeah.
And the blood's all over her face. Yeah. And she's just standing like this, like, come on.
Yeah.
Becky Lynch picked Charlotte to replace her. This match, actually, up until Charlotte lost her shit, was actually a really good match.
It was a decent match. There was
emotion to it.
There was. I mean, it was good.
Yeah.
It was a good outing because Charlotte is an awesome general. Charlotte is an awesome general. She will general the match and make sure that you have a good match.
Yes.
She's good. She's very good. I mean, of course, it's in her lineage. You know.
Yes.
So,
the thing also this quote unquote gives Charlotte the legit heel turn because Charlotte's outside the ring, whatever. Ronda comes running around, and then all of a sudden, kendo stick to the ribs.
Yep.
And then Charlotte went ballistic,
which was awesome.
Kendo sticks, the natural selection on the chair. She even gave her the Pillmanizer, as it's called in wrestling, the chair around the throat.
Yep.
And now it gives you a focus on where to go.
Yes. You know what I didn't like?
What?
After all of that happened.
Yes.
Everything that happened, Ronda got whooped. Took the chair shot. Took the Kindle stick. Took the Pillmanizer.
Yep.
Took the natural selection.
Yep.
Everything.
Yep.
Ronda got up like a beast.
Yep. She was pushing people off, like, don't help me. I'm like,
you just got your head smashed in the chair.
I'm like seeing that and I'm going, you're bloody, you're broken, you got welts and scars and cuts, and you're walking out like you're you just.
But the fans didn't like her though.
Nope. The fans turned on her.
Fans completely turned.
The fans turned on her,
and you can see it all in Ronda's face. She was very upset about it.
Yep. She
very
was
upset. I want to watch it again because as she's walking away, as she just got out the ring, a fan said something to her, and I can't remember what it is.
I can't remember what she said, but she
looked and she said something back to the fan too, very rude, I think.
Yeah,
and kept walking. She was hurt though. She was emotionally hurt because the fans don't like her.
Yeah, like the fans turned on her.
She shouldn't. I mean, she shouldn't be at the point where she is right now.
The crowd was chanting, "Thank you, Charlotte," after the beating.
It was just crazy.
Crazy. Up next was the main event.
The main event.
Yes.
Brock Lesnar with Paul Heyman.
Yes.
Who is an amazing, amazing manager, I think, for Brock versus the new Daniel Bryan.
Yep.
And me and Robbie Vegas were actually talking about this match, and we said this match was going to be 3 minutes tops.
Okay.
And the reason being is because Brock is going to destroy Bryan, and it's going to be over.
Yep.
However,
it looked like that.
It looked like that.
It was about 7 minutes of Brock being Brock.
It was Brock whooping his butt, just playing games with him. You know, it was a big dog, eating small food, playing with it. And then all of a sudden, the tides turned.
The ref got knocked down. Daniel Bryan's like, punt!
Yep.
And then Daniel Bryan kind of kicked it into a whole different gear.
Kicked it into a whole other gear. And
I will say this. They say it takes two to tango.
Mm-hmm.
When Brock wants to work and sell, Brock can work and sell.
Well, Brock, you got to understand, people get pissed off. Like, I'm pissed off at Brock because he's a part-time wrestler.
Yes.
I'm not pissed off at Brock's work.
No.
I'm pissed off that he's a part-time wrestler.
And he's the Universal Champion.
Exactly. You're the champion and you're a part-time worker. And that's what I'm mad at. I'm not mad at his work. No. Brock is a freaking worker. Like, he was champion. He was one of the youngest champions.
He was.
He was a wrestler before he decided to go to UFC.
Yep.
He wrestled. He knows how to sell. He knows how to do all of this.
He does.
So, my thing is with that, like you said, when it takes two to tango, when Brock wants to sell, he wants to sell. I think Brock thoroughly enjoyed this match.
Yes.
And that's why this match was so good.
Absolutely. Well, that does it for WWE Survivor Series.
Mm-hmm.
We got
a couple of minutes left.
We got a few minutes left. We might go a little longer. Don't know. We got a couple.
Over, you mean?
Yeah.
Over, under, same thing.
It's going to be a little bit of a longer show because we got a lot of things. We got a few more things to talk about.
But we're taking a break.
We're going to take a short break.
Short break.
Pay some bills, as you say.
Pay some bills, And
we're going to come back and talk about some recent stuff in the independent wrestling world.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Cyclone Jones, and I am with Pat G. The G stands for Gangster. And remember, the TTRP is sponsored by the Gear Network store through Amazon. If you visit shopgear.com, it's a little bit different. That's shop, GERE.com, and click on any of the banners. It will take you right to your account, and you can do all your Amazon shopping there.
When you shop Amazon and Amazon Prime, but Amazon kicks back a small percentage of your purchases back to us here at the Gear Network so we can continue to bring you the great program that you've come to know and love, like the TTRP, Turnbuckle Talk Radio podcast, Better Live Than Dead, the FTW podcast, the JC Money Show, and Trust the Podcast from the Gear Network. So that's shopgear.com, SHOPGERE.com for all your Amazon and Amazon Prime purchases from us here at the Gear Network.
Welcome back, Turnbuckle Talk Radio podcast. We are here. And now, Pat G, let's talk about something very serious right now.
Very serious.
It's amazingly crazy. It's hormones. that's in the food. No, it is. Oh, just follow me. Just follow.
Okay. All right.
It's hormones that's in the food. It's in the meats. It's in the chicken. Mm-hmm. It's in the fish. It's in the vegetables. There's hormones everywhere. Added hormones.
True.
That make these little children grow up so fast. My gosh.
Yeah, this is true.
So fast. These little kids look so grown. They look like adults.
They do.
However, they're not adults.
They are not.
James Ellsworth.
Yes.
Was caught sending pictures
on Snapchat
via Snapchat to an underage girl.
Yep.
He did state that, my Snapchat got hacked. Really? Really? Is that the route you're going right now? You got hacked on Snapchat? Because on Snapchat, you have to actually take the picture. If it wasn't the picture that was taken on Snapchat, it will tell you it came from your memories. Or it came from your photo roll.
Yes. The
picture that the girl posted, the young girl posted, did not have that stamp.
No.
So it wasn't from your photo roll. But there's been an influx in this situation.
Yes.
A lot of people, pro wrestlers, have been talking to girls, and they have been caught talking to these underage girls
via whatever social media aspects out there, via Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook.
Yes, and
not more.
And they have been outed.
They have.
They have been outed. Some of them have criminal records for it. Some of them have done it more than once.
Yes, this is very true.
So, with that being said, Pat G, what do you think? What's a good way to put this? What do you think should be done once something like this is known?
Well, there's that lovely old adage of innocent until proven guilty.
Right.
And unfortunately, in today's world, everybody being connected so easily. Mm-hmm. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, Whisper, whatever. Twitter.
We still have to keep it in the realms of wrestling.
And everything. Is, as a wrestler, or someone in the wrestling business, whether you're a wrestler, whether you're an announcer, whether you're a referee, whether you're a promoter, whether you're a booker, whether you're whatever to said wrestling company, you have to maintain a level of distance.
Yeah.
You have to maintain a level of distance.
You have to maintain a level of gimmick in real life.
Yes. And this is the thing, is these people that have done this stuff, obviously there's the proof. Mm-hmm. There's proof in pictures, there's proof in posts, there's proof in screenshots, whatever you want, whatever. It's the thing of, you look and see what happens in the real world, and you hear what happens in the real world, as far as the correctional life,
right?
Because in prisons, in jail, generally, pedophiles and sex offenders have to be kept away from the general population.
Well,
that's just I'm just speaking,
right.
But in the wrestling world, you have fans that will find you on Facebook. Mm-hmm. You have fans that will find your Snapchat. Mm-hmm. They will find your Instagram. They have quick access to you. Like you said, you have to have that balance between real life and your wrestling life.
Right. And my thing is this, though, because this is mainly for a lot of the old-time wrestlers, or a lot of the older wrestlers, should I say.
Okay.
Who are older. Because there are young wrestlers in the independent scene.
There are
18.
There are a lot of young wrestlers in the independent
17, 18-year-old wrestlers in the wrestling scene. My thing is, for the guys that are older, that know you shouldn't be doing this, I'm going to give you a game to play. This is the game. It's called She's Too Young for You, bro. Okay? You ready?
Okay.
This is what we're going to play.
All right.
We're going to go back and forth, Pat G. So as soon as I say one, you got to come with one real quick.
Okay.
Ready?
All right.
Once I give you the first one, you're going to know exactly what I mean.
Okay.
This is the game. This is how you know you shouldn't be talking to this damn girl.
All right.
If the girl is too young to know how to get to Sesame Street, she's too young for you, bro.
Oh, okay. If she doesn't know what Tamagotchis are,
she's too young for you, bro.
She's too young for you, bro.
If she doesn't know what the Care Bear stare is, she's too young for you, bro.
If she doesn't know what song ended Barney, she's too young for
That's
you,
a good one. I like that one. If she doesn't know what up, up, down, down, left, right, BA start is, she's too young for you, bro.
That's it. I'm done. You win. You win with that. Because that's the game ender right there.
That's the game ender right there. But that's the situation you have to understand. That it's so many different things going on right now. And these people, there's been a situation that we're going to end the show on this.
Yeah.
There's been a situation where the reason why we bring all of this up because
numerous situations.
Like we said, James Ellsworth was caught out there.
Yes.
There has been another wrestler in the Midwest. Is he Midwest?
Believe he's Midwest.
Midwest area who's been caught out there.
There's someone that was from the New York City area that was booked on a show locally.
Yes.
That was debooked when all of it came out.
Yep. There is a wrestler in the Central New York area right now.
Yes.
Who is a registered offender.
Yep.
Twice over for doing the same exact thing.
Yep.
And his brother.
Yee.
Same exact thing.
Yee.
It runs in the damn family.
Ew.
For dealing with underage girls.
Mm-hmm.
How as a wrestling community and how as a wrestling family do we attack this issue? And how do we curb this issue? Because, I mean, it's hard. I mean, and that's not a question to answer right now. Because it's a situation where when it was brought up on the internet and a lot of people seen it, a well-known wrestler saw it as well. And instead of taking the attacking route, he took the route of saying, how do we handle this and how do we take care of this and how do we get this cancer of these sex offenders who really shouldn't be around an independent wrestling scene because they're usually at community centers, schools, places where kids can be at.
Yes.
And if they're registered, they should not be around children.
No, not at all.
How do we police this?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a hard situation to talk about. Maybe we'll get into it next show after we do some research.
And the thing is a lot of good has happened over the past 6 months to a year as far as independent wrestling goes. Independent wrestling has grown. But with these stories now coming out one after another, and yes, James Ellsworth was the latest, especially in the Northeast area, this makes people that own said buildings, whether it's a community center, VFW hall, a school gymnasium, whatever, this makes people go, oh, you want to run a wrestling show here? Well, I've heard about these things.
Yeah, but you know what?
Not too sure.
But you know what? It also falls on the promoter as well.
Yes.
If this information is brought to the promoter should act accordingly.
Oh, absolutely.
And not worry about trying to fill the promoter's pockets.
Absolutely.
And it's a hit on a lot of different wrestlers. And this whole entire time we've been talking about this, we haven't dropped any names, which we won't.
We're not going to.
Which if the promoter knows about this information and the workers know about this information, then it falls back on them as well.
Yes.
And speaking for myself, I know I've witnessed it, and I've also been I've witnessed this situation happen. I'll say,
of course,
you've
been around it,
right? Exactly. So with that being said, like I said, the main question is how do we police it? It's hard, but how do we do it? So
that's true. There's been a lot of suggestions going back to the old days of licenses and background checks and everything. There's been suggestions of, well, the minute that you find out about it, just cut ties, like,
which you should,
and the relationship, which you honestly should,
depending on it. You know, because like I said, with people get into trouble. There's people that's getting in trouble a long time. Patrick, you've been in trouble.
I have.
I've been in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty sure JC Money, punk, he's been in trouble. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but there's people that's been in trouble. Like, but the issue is my trouble, and I'll put it out there. My trouble has been assault.
Okay.
Yeah, I got assault charges. I do. So please come test me if you want to. I will hurt you. Listen, jail ain't nothing. You know, but I mean, you know, and not saying that.
Yeah.
But I mean, but there's charges that there's things that people have done in their past.
Yes.
But it depends on what it is.
It's the level of seriousness in your past.
Right.
Like you said assault. I have theft. Like neither of those involve children.
Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So it is what it is, man. It's a very scary situation because, like I said, it's hard to police.
And also on top of this, like, there's a show on television that has been running for 20 plus years that deal with this situation.
Yeah.
Like, they've shown multiple shows of how, like, child Snapchat and all that, especially in the recent seasons.
Yeah.
And it's like, you see this on a fake TV show, so obviously you know it's a real thing. Why? Yeah. But I'm also gonna play slight devil's advocate a little bit.
I don't know how, but go ahead.
I don't know.
I'm listening.
But as you said in the beginning of the girls, these girls that are underage,
nope.
The way,
nope.
No. The way they look.
I already know where you're going with it.
The way they look, you can't.
I already know where you're going with it. However,
but you should be smart enough.
You should be, as the adult in the situation, you should not be thinking with the second head. You should be thinking with your first head.
Yes.
If they don't know how to have a conversation with you and know how to carry a conversation intelligently, that should be a red flag. If they can't show you ID, even in a situation, if you say, hey, let's go to the after party, let's come out and drink with me. Oh, I can't. I gotta do something. Oh, I'm busy. That should be a red flag for you.
That's where I was going with it. It's
that should be a red flag.
Is while these girls may not look, may look of age, there's going to be red flags in that there's going to be red flags in that first half hour.
Yep.
That if you can't validate said red flags or find a way to bring them down,
like I said, you should pull out the red flags. Play the game. Like if you don't know how to sing the theme song to Zoobly Zoo, she's too young for you, bro. Like, real talk, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you've never played the very first Sonic the Hedgehog, she's too young for you.
If you don't know who Sonic the Hedgehog is.
Exactly. If she doesn't know that the princess is in another castle, she's too young for you, bro.
There's a lot of things that have happened. And the funniest is, I just noticed it, like, the other day. I was watching Hulu. Mm-hmm. And I was watching South Park. There's episodes that have been considered some of the greatest episodes of South Park's time that came out over 20 years ago.
Yep.
I'm like, holy shit.
Exactly.
Like, if the girl you're talking to doesn't know why Cartman's fat, she's too young for you, bro.
If she doesn't know what Reading Rainbow is, she's too young for you.
She doesn't know what Gullah Gullah Island is. She's too young for you.
If she ain't never watched an episode of Miami Vice, she's too young for you, bro.
She doesn't. If she doesn't know who the original Hawaii 5-0 is, she's too young for you, bro.
I'm just saying, man.
There's things. There's red flags.
There's so many different red flags to have. If you didn't know that the Game Boy was actually in black and white before it was a Game Boy Color or a 3DS, she's too young for you, bro.
Oh, God. That's true. That's true.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. We truly do appreciate it.
We tried to add some humor to the serious situation.
This is how we're going to end the show because we have to. Because I can keep going all day long with this. All day long.
I can imagine, like, just recording a podcast with, like, you and JC.
She too young for you, bro?
She's too young for you, bro. And coming up, and, like, just coming up with it.
If she doesn't know what Zima is, she's too young for you, bro. Do you know what Zima is?
I do know what Zima is.
Not Zima Ion. No. The drink.
She doesn't know what Crystal Pepsi is.
Not clear Pepsi, Crystal Pepsi. That's what it was called first.
Yep.
But ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. You know how we do this. For Pat G, the G stands for gangster. I am Cyclone Jones. We are out of here.
The preceding presentation has been brought to you by the Gear Network.